All right, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, and today here on Super Bowl, I really should say snowy Super Bowl Sunday, as there's a snowstorm going on right now. You got the Super Bowl tonight. Bunch of afternoon NHL games today. Flyers taking on the Capitals at noon. Gonna talk about that one a little bit. As the Flyers, they come out into Washington, they pick up a 7-4 win over the Capitals in a crazy game, where the one thing they kind of talked about going into it was obviously the whole hype of the Super Bowl and, you know, will there be more touchdowns tonight or will there be more goals in this game? And there was, 11 goals in this hockey game. So does that mean there's going to be 11 or 12 touchdowns tonight? I guess we'll have to wait and see. But again, really, this was a crazy hockey game. As I said, a lot of goals, a lot of notes to start this one off. Couturier back in for the Flyers. Myers is in. Hart is starting. So, again, Myers being out last game versus Boston on Friday night. Coots coming back after playing that 45-second shift against Pittsburgh in the second game of the year. His first game back, and wow, did he stand out with 3 points, 2 goals, and an assist, and +4. I'll get to that in a little bit later. But again, Sanheim out for the Flyers. Fletcher said it was an undisclosed injury, illness kind of thing, so it seems that Sanheim is day-to-day. So that kind of was tough to understand going early because it was like, where's Sanheim? And I personally thought it was maybe like a scratch. Maybe he's a healthy scratch because, I've kind of thought about it like maybe that's something maybe similar to the Konechny situation. Maybe it's like a healthy scratch kind of thing. But no, it was an undisclosed injury and illness for Sanheim. No Oshie or Verana for the Capitals, and this is the 8th straight game for the Flyers with using a combination of 6 different defensemen. So that kind of showed you the things that they've kind of had to go through. And I guess you could really say the adversity early in the year, as you haven't really had a set lineup. You've played pretty much the whole season without your number one center and a bunch of other things. Lines going in this one for the Flyers. You have Giroux with Hayes and Konechny, Lindblom, Patrick and Voracek, JVR, Lawton and Farabee, Raffle, Couturier, and Aubé-Kubel. Your defense, Provorov, Myers, Ghost and Braun, Hag, and Gustafsson, as I said, Hart and net. One thing I want to talk about, too. In the early stages of the national broadcast, as this game's on NBC, you hear Catherine Tappan kind of mentioning Giroux struggling to score. And I'm thinking to myself, what? Like, that's kind of where you're just, like, looking at stats. You know what I mean? Like, it just feels like that the national broadcast kind of just looks at that stuff and they think, oh, well, he hasn't really done anything. He had 11 points in 12 games, and Giroux today, as for G didn't actually record a point today, but still, I wouldn't really say Giroux's been struggling to score. I mean, he's done a lot of things. He's been very good defensively, and obviously, not having Couturier and things like that. So I don't necessarily look at G struggling to score. And she kind of said something too about Hart, like, struggling the other night against Boston, one of the rebound. I'm like, he didn't really have a chance on any of those goals. I saw Bill Munster was tweeting about it too. I 100% agree with him. It's like, it's like there's nothing you can blame Hart for any of those goals on Wednesday night against Boston. They're all power play goals. Guys are left open and things like that. Nice moves, whatever. And that's just kind of how it is. But going on in the first period here, Flyers were definitely moving the puck out quick early, transitioning very well. Coots, he set up Myers for a one-timer, easy save, as the wingers were pretty much changing on that, along with the D, and Myers kind of set up for Schaub, and Vanacek made an easy save there. Flyers definitely had some jump. The D-men were definitely involved, doing a great job in the neutral zone. Myers had a chance one way with a good shift from the Lawton line. Caps come back the other way on a 2-on-1. Hart ended up fighting off an Eller shot. Another 2-on-1 here for the Capitals. Saved by Hart. He looked very sharp early in this one. I thought it was a pretty even game. But once the Flyers get this too many men penalty, that gives the Capitals a 1-0 lead on who else but Ovechkin sniping one as it goes off of Hart, off of his shoulder and went top corner. And that was kind of the mojo going in this one, was like, don't take penalties, because we saw it on Wednesday. Boston, very good power play. What happens? You take penalties and they capitalize, and the Caps get a goal here. It seemed after this 1-0 goal, the Flyers defensively just kind of were, it just seemed like they kind of lost their touch defensively. They kind of were missing guys in neutral zone. The Caps had push after that. That definitely gave them momentum. They had pressure. Flyers come right back with a good shift. Hart was making some big saves, and then they score again. Ovechkin just undresses Myers. Unbelievable play. 3 guys in front of the net. I believe it was Patrick and the other defenseman and the winger. I don't remember who it was, but 3 guys nevertheless. Completely miss Wilson, and it's a tap backdoor right there, 2-0 with 3:24 left. Flyers definitely had a good start to the period. The Caps were definitely pushing. TV timeout. Flyers come out. I believe they had an offensive zone draw, and they ended up getting a goal here, 3-on-1 low. Really nice play. As the play went down back into the Flyers' end, JVR made a really nice pass up to Gustafsson as he was kind of going through the neutral zone. 3-on-1 kind of play. Farabee, he sends it over. A Gustafsson shot went off Vanacek's pad. Then he got the rebound, hit the post, and Lawton ended up smacking it in to give the Flyers a goal here late in the period and cut the lead to 1 late. But overall, it was a better period for the Flyers. They ended the period with some momentum. Could have been worse, but Hart stayed strong, made his saves. The Flyers, as I said, they broke down a little bit after that, the 1-0 goal for Washington. But shots on goal after this period were 15-9 in favor of the Caps. Flyers had some real nice pressure earlier. Capitals came back with a little bit of their own, and the Flyers ended up getting a goal here from Lawton again. Great play by JVR to break up Orlov at the point. They went D to D. JVR made a really nice play to kind of get his stick in there and poke the puck away. Lawton comes down. He was fighting off the Capitals defender. Makes a really nice play to stay with it. Farabee pokes it as it kind of went out into the slot. And it kind of just sat there for Lawton. Tough angle, but he snipes it. It was a really nice shot. And the Flyers, they tie the game right there. A couple minutes later, that Ovechkin line again. It's 3-2. Shot from the point. Hag broke his stick off Ovechkin's shooting before. I don't know if he broke it or just lost it. It looked like he probably broke it. Two wingers go to one guy. Ovechkin's wide open at the point. It goes low. When you see the angle like this, where you're looking at Ovechkin from his back as he shoots, Hag is literally right in front of Hart. I don't even think Hart saw it. It went literally was like straight on the ice, maybe like an inch off. Hit the post. Looked like it hit the back of Hart's skate or his pad and goes in, and it's 3-2. Flyers get a power play here. Second unit starts. It was just a bad. The power play was very bad today. I'll say that. And I'm gonna have a rant on that in a couple minutes. Flyers end up getting a goal here. They tie it. Hag with a bullet. It was a great play. Raffle and I believe it was Albi Kubel and that line with Couturier out there. They made a really nice play to get into the zone. 4-on-2 kind of rush, drop pass back to Hag, and he sends one flying. Raffle had to drag his skate to stay over the line for it to be onside. And what Raffle does is great because he jumps. He just completely jumped. It reminded me of Wayne Simmons on the power play from years back when he would just completely jump in front. And again, the Flyers end up getting a goal there. Braun, he ends up hitting the post off a slap shot from the point. Coots was screening on that one. Flyers had a 4-on-2 rush. Konechny flubbed the pass. Flyers end up getting a power play here. Farabee's tripped up. 6:43 left. They couldn't really do anything with the power play. They just cannot get set up. They had a 4-minute power play in the third period and did nothing with it too. Flyers end up getting a goal here. Ovechkin's shot goes all the way around the boards. JVR's got a little bit of steam, rolling puck. He snipes it past Vanacek. As I said, 3:24 left. And it's a 4-3 Flyers lead. And Craig Anderson comes in after that. 4-4 Backstrom after a defensive breakdown in front. Again, three guys not picking up Backstrom in front. Just great passing from the Ovechkin line. They absolutely torched them in the first 40 minutes. Flyers did an unbelievable job of just completely shutting them down in the third period. So it's 4-4 going into the second period. And I'm thinking to myself, pretty good period overall. You had the lead late, and now it's tied. You got to come out into this period. Got to have some push. Shots on goal, 30-14 in favor of Washington after two. The shots in the period were 15-6 in favor of the Caps. Flyers had 3 goals on 6 shots in that period. Definitely one of the reasons why they pulled Vanacek. Some of the goals he probably could have had, as obviously that JVR one was kind of a snipe. He pretty much all the room that JVR had was it, and he sniped it. So again, Anderson comes in. I put this down at the start of the third. Sloppy game for both teams so far, and it was like the Flyers weren't really defending that line well, and the Caps, just in general. And the Caps weren't really defending well either. They were giving the Flyers a lot of chances. They had good plays off the rush. They were cycling well, all that stuff. So I said to myself, the Flyers kind of have to go into this and kind of own it, and they kind of have to have a strong shift off the start. That's exactly what they did. So AV switches up the lines. He puts Jake with Couturier and Raffle. They go out there. They get a great shift going. Shots from the point. They're generating offense, ozone time, whatever. And Coots scores. It's a 5-4 game. Really, as I said, really great shift by that new line to start the period. And Coots scores 5-hole off a rebound shot. It was a shot from the point, kind of sat there. I thought Raffle was going to get it. And then Couturier ended up dead. He scores. 5-4 lead for the Flyers. Coots gets high sticked by Chara. This is the 4-minute power play I'm talking about with 16:46 left. This was the worst power play I have seen all season. They couldn't get set up. They took too long to get out of the zone. There was just way too much passing. They were rifling passes around the boards. Nobody was set up in the right spot, it looked like. Whenever they were set up, nobody was there to even make a play. It was just bad, horrible. They had, I believe, maybe 2 shots, maybe 1 if they were credited with the second one, as it looked like it either got blocked or went wide a little bit. They need to do the power play where Ghost is at the point, and they need to just pepper him. I really don't, I like Gus back there, and it's nothing against Gus, because, again, it's the same thing with Provorov, too. A lot of them, they mishandle the puck, whatever. They need to get it where they just get shot after shot after shot. Throw it around the horn if you have to. Make plays with it. You got to keep JVR net front. That's his bread and butter. Keep Ghost back there. That's what I want to see. I want to see Gosper at the point. Just have them pepper them. That's all I'm asking for. Flyers were really defending Ovechkin well after this, really clogging up lanes. That power play I thought was going to be the turning point. Because it's like, okay, it's a 5-4 game. You just had a 4-minute power play. What happens? The Caps come down with some pressure, but the Flyers defended them well. And then, the game kind of went on. You kind of saw some pushes from both teams, and the Flyers ended up getting a goal here to make it 6-4 with 2 minutes left. Caps ended up calling a timeout after this, but Lawton gets one. His hat trick, so Lawton gets a hat trick today. Really nice play. Farabee 2-on-1. Setting up the boards, deflected out. Hart ended up making a really nice play to keep this puck alive as it came around the boards. And again, for the most part, this was a smart play because he keeps the puck alive. They get it out into the neutral zone, 2-on-1. Farabee pass, and actually Lawton passed it. Farabee tipped it, nice save. Rebound just sat there for Lawton. He slam dunks it, and it's a 6-4 Flyers lead. As I said, Caps timeout with 2:09 left, and Coots would end up getting an empty net goal here for the extra point to make it 7-4 here for the Flyers. And again, they pick up a win. Now 8-3-2 on the season. Again, this was a good game for the Flyers. They played good overall. It could have been better in some aspects. I feel like for the most part, they've had some plays where, honestly, the little things is hurting this team. They have just played too much this season where they've had a lot of guys miss guys in front, mismatches, things like that. It's small little details that's hurting them. And just imagine, right? They get outshot again in this game. Shots on goal were 37-23, and they scored 7 goals, right? Just imagine when they clear up the little mistakes, they get their game going, and they end up, just playing better overall. Like, once that starts to happen, this team's going to look very, very good. And honestly, I feel like their games are starting to come together. They're starting to play better as a team. They're scoring goals. And again, I think the negatives in this one is just like the little things. You couldn't really stop that line, but you shut them down in the third period, so that's definitely a positive. And the power play. The power play was just very, very... It's looked very good in some games. It's looked very bad in some games. So that needs to get some more consistency. But again, I thought it was a crazy game in this one. Very big win for the Flyers. They're now tied for first place with 18 points. As I said, 8-3-2 on the season. Let me know your guys' thoughts below on this one. Again, a lot of things. You have Sanheim out in this one, and the Flyers, they rally, and they end up picking up a win here. So again, guys, remember, podcast articles, those links are on my channel. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.